how do we enhance, how do we elevate, how do we uplift our learning of Rambam? And here are a few suggestions, again lifted directly from the Rebbe's words. The Rebbe mentioned in Tashum Tes that when you get to Limud Harambam, ma teiv u'manoyim, that it would be in a manner of sheves achem gam yochad, that it would be a shir, that would be learning which is done in a public fashion. The Rebbe spoke about the idea of a chavrusa, and the Rebbe went on to speak even more so about the concept of possibly setting up a shir, that should be multiple yidden that are sitting together and learning the Gimel Prakim Rambam b'chol yom. And this is something that even if you're learning Gimel Prakim, something that all of us can improve on, something we could do maybe to start a shir Rambam, to make a chavrusa with somebody in a shir Rambam. Unfortunately, over the last few months, we've become accustomed to not seeing other people. We learned how to get along on Zoom and other methodologies. So maybe it means setting up a kviyas on Zoom with somebody else or with a number of people. But the Rebbe was very clear to say that there was a maila, a tremendous virtue, and there was tremendous value to the idea of not only learning Rambam yourself, but making a point of learning together with others. In Toshim and Vav, on Erev Yom Kippurim, the Rebbe spoke about the inyan of Leb Miditzait, that we, as Chassidim, were instructed to live with the Torah we learn, not only cerebrally, but also emotionally, that it becomes the fabric from which our life is woven and sewn. And the Rebbe said that the same is true about Rambam. The Rebbe said that by now, it's an inyan of Hanhoga Teva, Shanahagti Shalish Pa'amim, which is the syntax of the verbiage we use in Hataras Nadarim Erev Rosh Hashanah. And the Rebbe said by now already has a takeif of Minig Yisrael. It's already Tavshim and Vav, 1986. 3 years of learning Rambam have gone by already. The Rebbe said it has the takeif. It already has the full force of what's called a Minig by Yidden. And the Rebbe said that now we have to emphasize that not only this is a thing that Yidden do, it's a thing that we do. I do, you do. That this is Kav Shaloi, that this becomes our thing. And the Rebbe said, es a verstandig, a vivait mit af leben mit dem. You meet somebody, a chassid, a fellow chassid. What should the conversation revolve around, if not today's Rambam? How did you understand this? Did you notice the detail, the nuance in this halacha? V'chuli, and so on and so forth. The notion of leben mit dem, to live with it, to be involved, to be engaged, to be committed, to allow it to uplift us, to allow a learning of Rambam literally to change us as it becomes the things that we're focused on. The Rebbe, on more than one occasion, emphasized that ideally the Shir Rambam should be learned during the day, before Shkia, the Rebbe said. It's true, the Rebbe noted, that karbanos that were not burnt on the Mizbeach are allowed to be burnt on the night that follows. But the Rebbe said that's only b'di'evet. It's only if we didn't have an opportunity to burn those karbanos during the day. Hektar chalavim ve'varim is not lechatchila. The notion of putting off Rambam till the evening or till the night, besides the fact that you end up sleeping on the Rambam instead of learning it, but the notion that we're doing it, it shows that it's of secondary importance. It's not a primary thing for us. It's not something that's front, right, and center. And ultimately, the Rebbe asked that we make an effort to learn the Rambam lechatchila during the daylight hours, before Shkia, saying that learning Rambam later till Chatzos, or even till Aleis HaShachar, was only the idea of Tashlumin. It was a second best, but not really the focus, not most ideal.